All right, guys. So once again, welcome to the call here. Got another exciting WebFire Wednesday webinar for you lined up. On this one will be mostly about affiliate marketing tricks and stuff that you can do with WebFire. Now, some of the stuff you can definitely apply outside of affiliate marketing, but I figured we'd gear a little bit more towards that because we haven't talked as much on that on some of the last few calls. But definitely, as with everything, you can apply it to almost everything, but I'll try to specifically zone in on a bit on stuff that you can do as an affiliate so you can get going right away, even if you're brand new. But again, you can definitely apply this to almost anything else out there. So without further ado, I'll get this show on the road then. So once again, my name is Brian Kaz. I'm joined by my friend and business partner, Sean Casey, and this will be on affiliate marketing tricks that you can do with WebFire. So welcome again to WebFire's Wednesday calls. And again, I know a lot of you know this, but there's a bunch of you that are also new. Every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll host a live training and/or Q&A call for WebFire members. If you're from around or outside of the U.S. or the East Coast, you're not quite sure what time that is, 2 p.m. Eastern is right now. So just make sure to jot that down. I know there's sometimes a handful of like time zone changes and stuff like that, but it will always be 2 p.m. Eastern time. So just make sure to double check that. I believe in like 2 weeks or so there's a time zone change where for I think only like a week or so, places like the UK will be like an extra hour ahead or so just for like a week until one or the other also changes their time zone. So just keep that in mind to always check that. And when you sign up to or when you get the notice, it will usually tell you in your own time zone what time that would be as well. So all these trainings will either feature myself, Brian Kaz, the one talking to you right now, Sean Casey, both of us at once, or occasionally a featured special guest if we think that their expertise would be of value to our members, but usually about 4/5 or more, probably even more than that, probably more like 9/10 are usually either myself or Sean or both of us. If you're here or registered for the series, you'll get a reminder each week so you don't forget. But if you can't make one, again, we'll always have the recordings up in the members area within about a day. So if not later today, for sure by tomorrow morning, we'll have the recording up, and it will be under the training tab on the left side navigation bar under the Wednesday calls. And we have we list those out both by the titles as well as the most recent ones will be at the very top. So this one you'll see at the very top within about a day, and it will be called the affiliate marketing tricks with WebFire, or whatever I just had the title as right there. So you can use these calls as an opportunity to get, again, even more training, ask strategy type questions, get feedback, or make suggestions on what else you'd like to be trained on or see. And as a special note too, make sure to check out our prior WebFire Wednesday webinars and our WebFire trainings too, as there's tons of info already there that a lot of you oftentimes are asking for more training on. So make sure to check out the prior stuff too, because we have a lot of good info there. We also have there's a handful of new tools and features inside of WebFire that are being worked on, and I just talked to one of the programmers about maybe 2 hours ago, and he said that one of the features is essentially done, but he'll have it up within like a day or two for us to internally test, and probably within like a week or so we'll release that to the rest of you as well. And on one of those calls we'll use it as an opportunity to go through that, and then after that we have some extra stuff being worked on as well. So pretty cool stuff. So really quick too, we'll briefly talk about the 3 WebFire member rules to success. Number 1, follow the steps and the trainings that we have. Oftentimes a lot of you like to jump into stuff without like going through the trainings, or you sometimes skip steps. So make sure not to, especially if you're not seeing the results that you want. Number 2, don't give up. This means seek help when needed, but also don't get too dependent. If a quick Google search can solve your problem or answer your question in like 10 seconds, by all means do that. But if you're still stuck or not sure what a certain term means, or need additional help, by all means feel free to reach out to us and ask us. We're always here to help you. And lastly, no whining or negative attitudes, because we really feel that's really the quickest way to fail. If you go into everything with kind of a negative attitude, you tend to kind of find stuff wrong, and you tend not to focus on the positive. And when that takes place, the vast majority of people with that attitude do tend to ultimately fail. And everyone will fail at some point in time. That's why it's important to have a positive attitude and look at, hey, what worked and what did not work, and then focus on what worked and try to improve what did not. So I just have a couple very quick questions for you guys. This is just to help us out with like a little research and stuff. And my question to you is, what tools in WebFire do you most like of the following? Type 1 for the keyword tools. Type 2, and only choose like one of these. Like don't say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Type 1 for keyword tools. 2 for the lead tools. 3 for the social media tools. 4 for the video tools. 5 for the SEO website analysis and the SEO fixer tools, like the tool that analyzes your site, and then the paired up tool that can fix the SEO issues. So type 5 for that. Type 6 for the content tools, like the article spinner or the content submitter. Type 7 for the competition spying tools. That's like the tool that can spy on the competition and see where the competition gets its traffic from and such. And type 8 for anything else. So I know there's a lot of tools inside of WebFire, but those are like the main categories basically. So I'll give you maybe a few more seconds or so to type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, and again try to type only one of those if you can. And just type that in the chat box. Okay. Second question I have: was the tool that you most enjoy using the one that stood out to you the most when you bought? So, of all the tools that you saw, and of the one that, or of the ones that you just said you use or like the most, was that the one that made you buy WebFire, or made it basically stand out the most? Type 9 for yes, they were the same. So the one that you like the most is the one that basically made you buy first. Type 10 for no, I bought because of a different tool, but ended up liking another one more later. And if you answered 10, what was the tool that made you buy at first? So I'll give you a few moments to answer that. Again, this is just for our own research sake, and we can basically focus more on features and tools of stuff that you guys tend to like more. So it helps us, and it helps you too in the long run there too. All right, so give a few more seconds here. All right, good. And lastly, the last question I have is, would you have bought WebFire if it only contained just your favorite tool? Type 11 for yes, 12 for no, or 13 for you're unsure. All right, give maybe 10 more seconds right there. All right, guys, thanks for taking a few moments to help answer a couple questions there. So now we can move on to our training for this week on affiliate marketing with WebFire. And specifically, there's a lot that you can do with affiliate marketing with WebFire and all that. So, and we have a lot of prior training, on this topic too. But what I specifically want to do on this call was focus on 3. There's probably like dozens of things that you can do with WebFire specifically for affiliate marketing, but I want to talk about 3 ones right here, including one trick that I haven't really talked about in a long time. I think the first time I talked about it was on like a exclusive workshop years back, but it's a trick that still works very well, and I'll reveal a live demo of a cool thing that you can do with videos and ranking those in just a bit as well, which I think you guys will really enjoy that because it's a very cool trick that works well. But the 3 tricks that we'll specifically talk about here is, first, we'll talk about mini affiliate websites, then we'll talk about affiliate videos, and then we'll talk about finding influencers and how to basically get them to either promote your stuff or even your affiliate links and stuff. So those are 3 things that we'll talk about in more detail here. All right, the first one up, we have mini affiliate websites, which are basically websites designed to promote affiliate offers of yours, but also in this case, designed to actually rank and stuff too, which is pretty cool. And usually with these, if you're really if you really get the hang of it, you can whip these out really fast. If you're brand new and you're writing the content yourself and you're doing everything for like the first time, it might take longer. It might take like, maybe a couple hours or a few hours for like your first one. But if you get really good, you can probably whip these out in like an hour or less, or in a lot of cases you can outsource parts for like $5 here and there to help as well right there. But here are the steps with that. And again, it's basically just a simple website, usually like a 5-page site that helps you rank for terms that you can make affiliate sales off of. So here's what you want to do right here. So first, use the keyword tool inside of WebFire to find lucrative keywords that have a lot of searches and ideally less competition. So with the trick I'm about to share, you can sometimes even rank when the competition is high, but if the competition is low, as in if the keyword appears in green, you have an even greater chance of ranking easily. So I tend to go for basically the easier ones just to increase my odds. So use the keyword tool, find a handful of keywords that get a high amount of searches and at the same time are likely to be like people, or the keywords likely to be people looking to buy, and ideally the keywords in green or has less competition, and then jot those down or copy and paste those down. Then step 2, take some of the best keywords and use the domain keyword tool to find available domain names, and ideally look for .coms. You can use like .nets and .orgs and stuff like that, but .com definitely seems to be favored. So that's like my first pick. Doesn't mean that if it's .org or .net it won't work. It can, but .com just has a slight edge. And there's also, I have a preference to using non-dashes. And if you're not sure what that means, I laid out an example here. So this dash is dash a dash, dash domain.com is a domain that uses dashes to separate the keywords, whereas the other example, this is not .com, is one that does not use dashes. So like if your keyword phrase is, puppy potty training, a domain like puppypottytraining.com would be without dashes. One like, puppy-potty-training.com would be one with dashes. Both can work and both can rank for this trick. I just have a slight preference for those without a dash, just like I have a slight preference for a .com. And so do that, and then step 3 is create a 5-page or more. It can be 7, 8, 9, 10, however many pages, but I try to shoot for at least 5. Create a 5-page, or it can be like 5 blog posts or anything like that. But create a 5-page site or blog on that domain and target the keywords in your title tags, in your blog posts, so on and so forth. And target multiple related keywords as well. Don't use the same keyword on every single title, on every single page. That tends not to read well and tends not to look good, and Google tends to basically penalize you if they think that you're really trying to game the system and no one likes it. And the rule of thumb here is have it read and flow naturally. If someone can read it and not get pissed off, that's probably a sign that you're doing a good job and you're letting it read and flow naturally. If every other word is like puppy potty training, like in every sentence or every other sentence, it just reads horribly, people don't like it, and it just looks bad. You also then want to use your affiliate link occasionally, especially as a call to action, like at the very end of a post, like you're saying, hey, to check out the best complete course on how to potty train your dog, click here. Or use your affiliate link if you're writing reviews on it. And you can combine these, like you can have a post on, let's say, puppy potty training. That's just the first thing that came to mind. And you can have, like, let's say you have 5 pages or 10 pages, or by pages I mean blog posts too. One could be, or like 2 or 3 could be like reviews of different products related to that, where you list out the pros and cons, you list out your thoughts on it. You have a very clear and very easy to read review. Usually like a summary at the start of a few lines, a pros and cons list using bullet points, a summary at the very end, and a call to action, basically telling them what to click and what to do based upon your suggestions. So like a few of those could be reviews, a few could be like general tips that you just list out, like, hey, here's some tricks that work to train your puppy. And then at the very end, you can mention, where you might want them to go to basically check out, even more tricks, or, where they can buy, stuff that might help them with that. Like if you're, if you have a post on how to potty train a puppy, a natural affiliate link might be to some product out there that might help. Like there could be like a PMAT, or there could be like some clicker, or whatever you use to train a puppy. You can list out those too. So it doesn't all have to be affiliate links to the exact same product. You can list out a bunch of different ones like that as well there. Then you want to submit your site using the site submitter, and then optionally get a few backlinks to it, or you can make a video and backlink that to it as well. So to get backlinks, I mean, you can use like the lead tools inside of WebFire to find additional places that are basically relevant to your topic. Do some nice posts on there, and just link back to your post or to your video or whatever you want. Or if you make a video, you can link back to your site. You don't necessarily need to get backlinks. It just kind of helps. It basically increases your chances of basically doing well. Sometimes you can rank, especially if it's not that competitive, even without a single backlink. But if you get just a handful of backlinks, it can increase your chances of ranking, and it can also get Google and stuff to see you faster, and therefore rank you faster as well right there. And there's the added bonus too, that of the backlinks that you get, a lot of those can actually drive additional traffic, especially relevant targeted traffic to you as well. Like you can even find guys are asking like questions on how to potty train a puppy and stuff like that. So you can actually drive a lot of traffic through the backlinks as well, and make affiliate sales off that too. And again, guys, you can apply this to even your own product. It doesn't have to be for affiliates, but this is just an easy thing for if you just want to be an affiliate too. So the next one is making what I call affiliate videos, which are basically just videos where you're trying to basically promote some kind of an affiliate offer. So step one is repeat the first step from the prior example, and that's do the keyword research to see what keywords are less competitive, but still get a decent amount of searches. But you'll also want to then check YouTube and see how many videos on page one contain the exact keyword or keywords in their titles. So you want to see which, well, so like if your keyword is weight loss tips, you want to make sure that, check YouTube and see how many of the videos on the page one of YouTube contain the exact phrase weight loss tips. If it's only a couple or less, target those keywords for a video because that will greatly increase your chances of showing up on page one, and you want to make sure to use keywords somewhere in the title. You still want to make it an appealing title, but at least somewhere in it contain the keyword that you're trying to ideally rank for. Then you want to create the video using Video Firestorm or on your own, so you don't have to use our tool. You can create it anyway and then still submit it through our tool, or you can make it from scratch using the Video Firestorm inside of WebFire. And then after you make that, and again, the video can be on almost anything you want. Don't overthink that. But the more value that you basically offer, the more likely you are to make a sale. Like you could do like a content video that gives like basically tips on how to potty train a puppy, or anything like that, or tips on like tools or products that help. Or you could do like a review of a certain tool or product or course, whatever you want right there. Then have an obvious call to action with your affiliate link or a link to your blog, and then submit the video through the Video Firestorm within WebFire. And within the submitter on Video Firestorm, there's actual sections where you can enter the keywords you're trying to rank for. You can enter the description where you can add links in the description itself. So all that you can add within the submitter tool right there to make it super easy. Now I want to share with you guys a killer trick. So how many of you have watched a video on YouTube? I'm sure it's basically everyone. And then at the end of the video, you see it either automatically play another video, or it will share some suggested videos for you. I mean, even if you're on YouTube or Facebook or anything like that, you often see suggested videos below the main one. And in some cases these are videos done by the same person, but in a lot of cases they're just relevant videos that could be done by some basically any random person out there. And they're trying to see, hey, if you liked let's say a video on a funny dog trick, chances are you'll like another video on another funny dog trick. So that's why they're trying to share or show related videos to you. So a killer trick is if you can get your video to show up on the back of a highly viewed or highly watched video, or a viral one, or one that's ranked really well, you can get a lot of traffic just off that main video without ever even being ranked yourself. And there's a trick to that I'll actually show you live in just a second here. But the main thing is you find the keyword tags from popular videos, or those that rank well, and then add some of those keyword tags to your own tags on the video that you submit. So inside of WebFire's Video Firestorm, it will ask for the keywords that you want to tag, and you just copy and paste those in, right to there. Super easy. But I'll share with you how to find the keyword tags in any video out there. So I'll just pause my screen for a second here as I switch on over. So in this case here, I will be using Chrome. Now, how you do this trick varies a little bit from browser to browser, but I'll just use Chrome for this example right here. So what you want to first do is you want to do a search on YouTube for any keyword that you ideally want to rank for. So in this case, I just typed in weight loss because it's a pretty generic example. And then what you want to basically do is you want to look for videos that they're either ranked really high, and don't do the ads, just do like the organic one. So if it says ad, don't do that one. And you want to look for ones that they're either ranked high or ones that have like a lot of traffic, or a combo of them. So this trick can actually work in multiple ways there. So we see right here, here's one ranked towards the top right here, and it's fairly new. It's only three months old. Here's one that's only four months old, and this one has like 1.7 million views. It says 4.6 million views. And you can click any of these. Here's one that has like 1.3, but it's over two years. So you'd want to pick like any of the top ones right here, or if there's one that has like a ton of traffic, or more so a ton of views, you can click that even if it's ranked at the very bottom. In this case, for the example, I just clicked this one right here, although this one would probably be like a better example right there, and we can show that in a second. But for this one right here, you want to first wait until if it shows an actual ad, make sure that the ad plays first. So sometimes there's like, you have to wait like, I think like 5 or 7 seconds or so before you can skip an ad. Sometimes you have to watch the entire like 15 to 30 second ad. So make sure that the ad plays and is entirely done, because if the ad's still there, it won't always work the same way. So make sure that it's the video itself, like here. And then what you'll want to do, now again, depending on the browser you have, it will change. This is in Chrome. You want to go to essentially View, and then to Developer, and then View Source. Depending on the browser that you're in, the View Source might be in a different area. So basically, you want to go to View Source. And inside of Chrome, you click on View, then to Developer, and then View Source. And if you're not sure on how to find View Source or anything like that, just essentially Google, how to view source in whatever browser you have there, and you'll find an answer within like a minute. Probably the number 1 or 2 listing on Google will basically tell you how to view the source. So just say, how to view source code in Safari or Internet Explorer or anything like that. But again, you want to go to View Source, and you'll see a bunch of mumbo jumbo like this. And you'll be like, whoa, I don't know any of this. I'm not a techie. What do I do now? No worries, super easy. Then all you do is go to Edit, go to Find, and then go to Find again. So basically, if you're in a different browser, I think most of the browsers are the same. It's basically Edit, Find, and then Find. But basically just go to Find. And then you want to type in the exact phrase keyword. So not the keyword that you're trying to rank for, but literally just the word keyword, Keyword. And then you'll see a line that looks like this. It will highlight what you just said to a find, and you'll see it say meta name equals keywords, and then you'll see content equals, and these are the keywords that this guy is basically using as his keyword tags. Okay? So what you want to do then is, let's say you have maybe like 1 or 2 or 3 keywords in mind that you want to try to rank for, and you follow the prior steps to try to rank. Like, you saw that the competition wasn't all that high. So that can work well, but on top of that, as an added bonus, instead of just ranking, if you take, I wouldn't take all these keywords, but if you copy and paste these keywords and take maybe a few off of these, like, extreme weight loss tips, how to lose 100 pounds, why I can't lose weight, just take like a few of those and combine those with the other keywords that you're trying to rank on, and enter those into the keyword tag on your submitter, or in the video Firestorm, it will ask you when you make the video or when you submit it what the keywords are that you're trying to rank for, and just again separate them by a comma just like this. And the cool part is after this is done playing, you'll have a chance of having your video show up as one of the recommended ones. Now obviously don't try to abuse this trick. Like if your video has nothing to do with extreme weight loss, like this one here, don't try to don't try to rank your video if it has nothing to do with it, because eventually YouTube will basically see that, hey, people don't really like this, they think it's crap, they don't think it fits, and the trick won't work long. But if your video is relevant, it can work great. So again, super easy. Like again, we'll just click this one right here and do it once more so you can see the whole thing live. So we search for weight loss here. We'll click here. We'll look at ad play. It's a 30-second ad. So that kind of sucks. We have to wait 30 seconds here. Usually it's shorter. Alright. This is a crappy ad too. I don't know what it's for. Oh, university, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright.
The quality of a private Christian education, the affordability of a state university.
Alright.
Visit gcu.edu.
So anyone that wants to go to Christian University, you could have gone there. Alright. Alright, so now that we're at the video itself, we just basically pause it. Then again, we go to View, Developer, View Source. Then we go to Edit, Find again, and then we type in keyword, and we find it right here. So in this case, we see that her keywords are whingy. That must be her name, I'm guessing. And then life hacks, lose weight. So you can copy and paste that right there, and you can and just copy and paste that on the video side. In fact, I'll show you that real quick. I'll just pause the screen really quick here. I'll just show off in WebFire really quick where exactly you'd enter the keyword. So I just have to log in. I'm just pausing the screen as I log in. And all that, just give me a second here. Loading in. All right. Browser's being a bit slow, but it's loading here. All right, so I'll let that load as it's doing this right here. But basically what you want to do, you want to go to the video Firestorm tool, and then again, it will have a section. It will just have like the keyword tag, and then you'll just basically enter in the keyword that you're attempting to want to rank for there. So while it just loads, I don't know why it's loading really slow here. For whatever reason, it logged in within the main members area. It's being a bit slow right now, so that it must be in the middle of a backup or something. But we'll let that load, and I'll get back to that in a second here, so we don't waste too much time. So again, I'll show you that off in a second here. It just looks like it must be in the middle of backup, so it should be done within like 5 or so minutes there. Then it will go faster, so we don't have to bother with that. All right, so I'll just go back to the PowerPoint right now, and we'll get back to that again in a second here. So again, I'll show off where you'd enter those tags in a second. But again, the cool part with that is, again, it's a great way to basically not only, if you follow the prior steps right here, you can get ranked both on YouTube as well as on Google for essentially your video. But on top of that, as a bonus, if you follow the trick at the end, you can actually siphon traffic off of the top videos out there, which is, again, super, super cool, because it's like essentially a triple threat. You can rank on Google, you can rank on YouTube, and you can siphon traffic off of top viewed videos, including viral ones, and all that as well. So that's very, very cool right there. And lastly, the third trick we have, which again, you can apply to basically anything, but it works You know, even with like affiliate marketing works with your own products or services. You know, so this is a trick that works well here. So first, you want to use the tweet lead finder tool or the guest blog finder and or the competition backlink tool to find individuals or sites that appear to have large influence or followings. And what we mean by this is this can be a lot of followers on Twitter, Alexa ranking that's really good, and with Alexa, the lower the number, the better it is. So like ranking of 5,000 would be like huge, whereas ranking of like 1,000,000 would be bad. Or the number of backlinks that the site has, like if you use the backlink tool, like any of those would be a good sign that it's either an influential person or an influential site that gets a lot of traffic. Then you can reach out to the best ones, and remember, with like the tweet lead finder, you can message them and ask. You can send them a direct message or a reply. With the guest blog finder and the competition backlink tool, they allow you to actually email those leads through WebFire itself using you know, like any free email provider like Gmail or anything like that. So you can easily get in touch with those guys, and you can reach out to the best ones that are relevant to your niche or product, or even your affiliate product, and then ask them, you know, what they charge to basically sponsor a post or an ad by you on their Twitter account, blog site, so on and so forth. You can do the same thing even for like videos on YouTube or like fan pages on Facebook. You can reach out to these guys and basically ask you know, like, hey, you know, what would you charge to, you know, basically have like a sponsored post from me? And you'll be shocked at how inexpensive a lot of these are. You know, just pass on the expensive ones. If there's a guy that has like a crazy high number, don't be like, oh, I followed the exact steps, and you know, there's a guy right here that's asking a crazy amount. There always will be a crazy person. So just pass on those. But there's, you know, usually almost always a handful of very inexpensive ones too. And you'll be shocked at how easy of a way it can be to get like a boost of immediate traffic to basically anything that you want, and highly targeted, you know, at the same time. Because there's a lot of guys that have, you know, huge followings that are very niche specific, but they don't really market to those guys at all because maybe it's just a hobby to them, or they don't know how, or they haven't thought of it yet. And for like $50 to, you know, feature a post from you or anything like that, a lot of those guys will jump at that and they'll say, oh man, this is awesome, I get paid $50 for doing nothing. Yet you might get access to like 100,000, you know, people that might see that post, and from that get a lot of clicks off that right there. So again, just you know, keep that in mind as well. All right, and then the last thing too, on as basically an optional free alternative to paying influencers, is you can also use the ranked lead finder tool inside of WebFire to find highly ranked sites for your keywords and do a free post or comment on them, providing value and driving the traffic back to you or your offer. So again, you can siphon traffic from page one on even like the top, you know, the top sites or the most influential sites and all that. And that's another, you know, great way of, you know, essentially finding basically influencers out there and essentially getting them to go to, you know, your site or your affiliate link or your affiliate video or whatever you want right there. So all right, I'll switch back now to the members area. It looks like the backup then was done. It looks like just by random chance it was going the same time, so it slows down a bit when it basically does that. So what I will do is I'll just switch my screens back really quick. And we'll pull up that. Just All right. And yeah, it looked like it said the reason why it was slow, the coder just wrote me saying he was processing a lot of stuff in the back end that he basically does once a month, and he accidentally got the time wrong of the call. So apologize for that, but it will load up the video Firestorm in a second here, and then we can see that right there. But in the meantime, too, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask, and we can get to that in a second here. And he's just basically pausing the backup really quick right now, and then I can show off the video tool and exactly what I mean by where you'd want to basically type in those keywords and such. But in the meantime, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask those now, and in just probably like a minute or two, he'll have the backup then pause, and I'll show off that tool really quick. So, and Sean, if you see any questions, or if you've had any that popped up prior, feel free to shout those out, and we'll try to answer them.
Good. Well, here's a question, because you just finished on YouTube talking about buying promotions from influencers, and somebody asked, so what is the ballpark cost, and is that a per day basis or a one-time promotion from them? Can you shed a little more light on that?
It's whatever they say and whatever you agree to, but usually it would, I mean, in most cases, it would be like per month. In some cases, it would just be indefinitely. So like if you want a link on like a YouTube channel, they might say, hey, for $50 for that month, they'll agree to that. Whereas if it's like a Facebook fan page, they might say, hey, for $50, they'll allow you to do a sponsored post on it, which would last indefinitely, but it might only be like, at the very top for, a month or so. Yeah, so that basically answers that.
Okay, good. And then somebody's asking, what's the best way to analyze Amazon to see what buyers are shopping the most for?
Well, built into Amazon, you can actually see what the best sellers and stuff are. So if you're trying to see what sells, you can go to like any category that you want, and it will list off like what the best sellers and all that are right there. You can also do like a keyword search for almost any kind of product that you want in your niche, and typically the ones that obviously are ranked towards the top tend to be the ones that are getting a lot more of the traffic and a lot more of the sales and a lot more of the exposure. So don't overthink that too much.
Okay, let's see. Ignatius asks, how much should he charge to do on a monthly basis to do SEO for a doctor's office?
It really depends.
And I know you're going to say as much as possible, so yes. You can't be that vague. That's a lawyer answer. That would be my answer.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends upon the location, how tough it might be to rank, and the value. I mean, ultimately, probably more so the value of how much a client might be to them. So, like, if you're trying to like get like a shoe repair shop ranked, okay, it's not terribly hard, but if you get like a handful of more sales for them in a given month, you're not really making thousands and thousands of dollars for them, especially in their profit. Whereas if you rank like a lawyer or a doctor or a dentist or a cosmetic dentist, one client in a lot of cases could be worth thousands of dollars. In some cases, there's clients that could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Same with like roofers and builders and landscapers and all that right to there. All those right there are worth a lot more. So in a case like that, if there's a guy that's in a decent area and he's in a business like one where a client might be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, I would shoot for probably a price point around $1,000 a month. If you're nervous of that, you certainly could do like half that and say like for $500 a month or so. But ultimately, I try to target guys where if they're 1,000 a month or more, and I think to them the math would basically be, hey, if they get one client, they're making a profit. Where it's like, think of like a lawyer, or like another great one would be like a plastic surgeon. If they get one client, that could potentially be worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars to them. So they could potentially pay for an entire year within with one sale. So the logic for a guy like that, or like a roofer, or like a builder, the logic for that is, gee, if I even get 1 or 2 sales a year off this, I'm making a huge profit off that. Those are the kind of clients that I try to shoot for, versus guys that it's like, gee, if they get 20 extra sales, they're maybe making a couple $100 more. That's not really, it's very hard to get them to actually pay a lot. So hopefully that helps you out a bit there. And really quick, I just see that the coder paused the backup process, so we actually don't have to wait a long time. So I'll just switch the screen over to here real quick. So this is inside of Video Firestorm, to which you just go to Content, and then down to Video Firestorm. Then it'll ask you if you want to upload your own, or if you want to do one from text-to-speech. If it's text-to-speech, obviously make it from scratch. So we won't worry about having to make it all from scratch right here. I just want to show off the main parts. So right here, you want to make sure that the title contains the keyword, or the main keyword that you're trying to basically rank for. And then the trick that I showed you live with the keywords is right here. So you want to paste a handful of keywords. I say like not a ton, but like maybe like 5 to 8 keywords or so right there. Even like 3 to 8 is good right there. And if you have a combination of what you were trying to rank for, as well as the keywords of top videos that are ranked well and getting a lot of views, so you can try to basically piggyback off of their traffic. If you paste in those here, separate them by a comma, you have a good chance of not only ranking, but also a good chance of siphoning traffic off of other videos as well. And then down here is where you'd write the description of the video, and you can add in links and stuff, as well as in the video itself. You can add in like link and stuff there too. So that's what I meant as far as like where you paste in the keywords and all that. So I'll just switch back to the PowerPoint. So, and I apologize for the members area being slow for the last like 5 or 10 minutes or so. He was just again in the middle of like a backup there, and he accidentally thought that the call was basically in a little bit versus right now. So pause that, so it's all good right now. All right, let me go back to the screen real quick right here. All right, so continue with any questions, and also in the meantime too, you guys can also, if you want to partake in the cash giveaway where we actually give out $100, you can go to getwebfire.com/FB group. Again, that's getwebfire.com/FB group. And Sharon has a post up there basically asking what you thought of the training. If you leave a comment within that post, so try not to have like a bunch of comments essentially all over. Try to leave it in that post right there. Makes it super easy to count. If you leave a comment there on what you thought, we'll pick a random winner in just a bit here. But for the time being, we'll go back to the questions, Sean. So feel free to continue with those.
Lisan says that High Carb Hannah has great videos, by the way. And I just had to read that because I think that High Carb Hannah is a great name. I have no idea what the videos are about other than that came up when you were on weight loss, but I just thought that was a great name, to be High Carb Hannah. So that I think is really great. Let's see, somebody asked a question way earlier here that I want to get back to. Okay, they were asking how to use redirect and click tracking systems for tracking what they're doing, and like for like affiliate promotions and those kind of things. So you can set up a redirect link, and probably today you guys probably clicked on a redirect link because we use them all the time. But whether you're putting affiliate links on your website that you want to hide the long URL, or you're doing them in email, it's common to use what's called a redirect link. A redirect link is really simply a link that says something like getwebfire.com/Brian is really cool, and that link would redirect to, no, I'm just kidding, SeanIsReallyCool.com. Okay. And so it just redirects where you go. Now there's a tiny little bit of code you put on whatever URL you want to redirect. And all it really says is, when somebody gets here, send them to this other URL, whatever that URL is. So it's super easy to do, and if you just look up, we probably have directions for it somewhere in all of our training, but literally if you looked up, HTML redirect page, you'll see the code. Or actually PHP redirect page code, you'll see it because it's really just a standard piece of code. You don't need to hire somebody to write it. And you just save your web page with whatever name you want to use in the link, and it sends it to that code. So what that means is that if you wanted to track clicks, so let's say you wanted to put all of your click tracking in one place so that you could see, hey, on my website I'm promoting 10 affiliate links and I want to see which ones are getting more clicks and what's getting more activity, or you just want to be able to change your links without having to go find, let's say use the same weight loss promotion like 10 times on your website, right? And now you want to change products you're promoting because you're like, it's not converting, or the product goes out of business or whatever. Instead of having to change 10 links, you could just go into your master redirect link that you used and change that link, or go into a click tracking and management program like ClickMagick. There's a bunch of them out there. And you just change one link, and by definition, all of your links are updated because you changed where they're going. So because you always use, getwebfire.com/Brian is really cool. And so to use that 10 times, if we change where Brian is really cool goes to, then everybody automatically goes to the new place, and your life is really simple. But you can also use that same tracking service to track the clicks from all the different links to see what's working, and that's how you would do all of that. For those of you who had no idea what I just said, don't worry about it because it's not that important, and the person who asked the question had a better idea what I'm talking about just because they were new enough to ask that question. All right, so let me scroll down further. And for those of you who came in late and somebody commented, well, that didn't sound like Sean earlier, even though I said it was Sean, Brian was just incognito pretending to be me today. So that was really Brian that was giving you all those great information on YouTube and all those tips and everything. So great job there in doing that. And just getting down through the questions and getting caught up here to what we didn't get a chance to answer.
Oh yet. Yeah, that's right. For whatever reason, occasionally GoToWebinar messes up and it shows my name as Sean's.
And everyone should be so lucky. Yeah.
So when in doubt, if it says Sean's talking, and it's like really good info. Just you can basically credit me, and if there's like something you don't like, just assume it's Sean then. So. That's all.
All right. So somebody asked, can you link from a YouTube to a product in Amazon, not an affiliate link, just a direct link? Yes, you can post up any link you want to in the video description on YouTube. So you could link directly to your Amazon product off of there. That's no problem. So we're there.
Yeah, and to find redirect tools, just you can basically Google like free redirects or free redirect tool, and there's a bunch of them. There's also a lot of web hosts too include a feature like that for free. So if you want to use your own domain name, you oftentimes can turn it into a redirect as well right there. But I mean, lots of options there.
Yeah, and then there's a question right at the bottom for you, Brian. Somebody asking about which way they're about finding leads of people they want to sell to versus suppliers.
Sure. So the question that Dave asked here, he said the ranked lead finder tool, which is the tool that finds sites that are ranked essentially in Google. Says, well, yeah, so the easy answer to you is, of course. So he says the rank lead finder is finding suppliers that sell what he's trying to basically sell when he's trying to find leads. So I think you got the tools kind of mixed up. So Rank Lead Finder finds sites that are ranked on page 1 of Google, Yahoo, and Bing for the keywords, and it finds sites that are ranked that you can leave a post, comment, or reply on. So typically all of those, like if you're, I'm not exactly sure what you're selling, but you know, let's say you're selling coffee mugs. Typically, all those will probably be sites that sell coffee mugs, or at least talk about them. If you type in like different kinds of keywords, you might find guys are like asking questions on coffee mugs and stuff like that. But if you're looking more so for like a possible buyer, you know, realize basically two things. One, if you want to use only that tool right there, if someone goes to, let's say, a site that talks about Siberian Husky coffee mugs, or that talks about like the best weight loss programs or anything like that, if you do a post or comment or reply on those sites, who do you think sees it? The person searching for that term. So they'll happen across maybe the one blog on weight loss. They'll then see that you have a you know, a post on the forum or a comment on that blog giving some useful information, and they can go from there to your site where they can, you know, buy your product and stuff. So you're siphoning traffic from page 1. So that's exactly what you want. Now, if you want to focus in on like specifically a lead that's you know, looking to buy, or that's highly interested, versus someone that's like searching, I mean, in both cases, those are high quality leads. But if you use like the Tweet Lead Finder or the Real-Time Lead Finder, based on the keyword that you use, you can find guys that are basically talking about the stuff and connect them through that. If you're trying to focus only on buyers through the Tweet Lead Finder tool, there's basically an option at the very bottom where you basically type in your keywords, where you can check off a box and you can eliminate all the tweets that contain a link, and that basically eliminates the vast majority of sellers. So you'll focus a lot more on the buyer's end. There's also on the Real-Time Lead tool, which is a different one, you know, if you try to think of a buyer type term or a question that a person might ask, you're more likely to find, you know, buyer type leads there. But as far as the Rank Lead Finder, you know, you probably won't find a lot of buyers that are ranked for, you know, a term like weight loss, saying, hey, I want to buy a weight loss product. On the Rank Lead Finder, that's not quite how that works. It will find all the other sites, blogs, videos, and stuff that are ranked for that term, and then you can leave a post, comment, or reply on those, because we make sure through our, you know, our tool that it finds only ones that you can leave a post, comment, or reply on. So knowing that people are searching for that term and showing up on those sites, they'll see the information that you have and that you list, and there's a chance that they go, that they like what you say, and they go from there to your link or to your site or to your video. So that's how that works there. So just want to clear that up for you, Dave. Hopefully it makes sense. If not, let us know. And yes, this is, of course, being recorded, and we will have the replay up either later today, most likely, or by tomorrow morning at the latest. And yes, if you're not yet a member of the Facebook group, just go to that link that you see right now, and Sharon will usually approve of you within like a minute, especially if you do it like right now. All right. All right, so Marcy, you asked, is there a way in WebFire to find people that are mentioning certain keywords in a forum, and is it possible to know when the post was made? The answer is yes and yes. You're basically describing to a T what the Real-Time Lead Finder does. So if you go to the lead tools and then you scroll down to Real-Time Lead Finder, that does just that. You can not only type in any keyword you want, you can search forums or blogs. You can basically check off which one you will want. And it will also, you can also pick a time frame that you want as well, and it will list off the date. So if you want the last day, the last 3 days, last week, you can do all that right there. So yeah, you basically described to a T exactly what the real-time lead tool does. So hopefully that helps you. Okay.
And just one more question, Brian, from Vivian, who is asking, how will I use WebFire to find people wanting to sell houses?
Sure. I assume you probably, now feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, even though the answer is basically the same. I'm assuming you mean when you say people wanting to sell houses, you probably mean like people that are looking to move and sell their house, or do you mean more so like an investor that's looking to sell a bunch of homes? Either way, the answer is comparable. There's several different ways that you could go about that. One way is, just off the top of my head, you could use the Tweet Lead Finder tool and find guys that are basically talking about how they're looking to sell their house or they're looking to move. Obviously, if they're looking to move, there's a good chance that they need to sell a house. Or if they're saying that they're looking at new homes or anything like that, that's a great way. And you can even target them locally too. So that'd be an easy way on a local scale. Now, depending upon your answer, like if you're trying to target like investors and stuff, you can again create like videos or blog posts with useful content that would help someone that's, basically has like questions on the best way to sell, or any like relevant question that person in the market might have. You could target blog posts or videos around those questions and supply the answer and get ranked as well. You can also use the lead tools to find guys asking questions on that, as well. But if you're specifically looking for like local guys, the Tweet Lead Finder would be an awesome tool for that right there. All right.
Good.
Yep.
And David has a question. He says, on the video, and I think he's probably talking about on the webinar, we talk about how when you do a site analysis, you can click a button and fix certain things. And he wants to know, he basically saying there's not a button that says fix my site because it's slow.
Yeah, so there's there's not really a way where we can fix your slow site, because it usually has to do with your host. So I mean, with that, or there's I shouldn't say just that. There's usually 2 or 3 main reasons why you might be slow. One is you might have a bunch of essentially graphics on your site that are huge, which is a common mistake that a lot of people make, and it's, that's not a bad idea. I mean, we probably could add a feature that checks like the size of your site. That would probably be like very easy and probably useful too. Yeah, so if you have like a lot of very large graphics that aren't really optimized for the web, they can load slow just because they're huge. A lot of people oftentimes might have like a very large video or a very large graphic of some kind that can slow a site down even on a good host. Other times they just have a bad host that might be just really slow. Other times they might have like a weird plugin or something on their site that's slowing it down. But that's mostly for like feedback is, hey, like your site's slow. Here's a few things that you'll want to basically look at. So that's, yeah, and the graphic size one, we can probably add that as like a quick check into the site analysis tool very soon, because I actually like that idea there. All right, so Pete says, not finding keyword on WordPress sites, is there a different term used? I'm not sure what you're asking. The example that I showed off was on YouTube on a video. It was not on a WordPress site. So if you're searching for keyword on a WordPress site, that, I wasn't actually talking about WordPress. That was on a YouTube video. If I'm misunderstanding your question, Pete, feel free to clarify. Margaret, same thing. So this person asked, I think the same person asked, so the one that asked how to find people looking to sell a house, she also asked what about distressed property? Kind of the same thing. You can search for, terms that people might use that might be indicating that they're basically in trouble or they really need to sell fast. You can also get ranked for like a bunch of terms. Like if someone's looking for, a way to help, like I'm not like a real estate agent or anything like that, so I wouldn't know the exact stages and process, but there's probably stuff that happens right prior to a property being distressed or being foreclosed on, like that person might search to find a solution for. Like a person might search for a question like, how to save myself from not going into foreclosure, or some term like that, that again, if you're a real estate agent, you would probably know like 10 times more the kinds of questions that guys ask. And if you don't know, just search a forum on distressed property or foreclosures, and you'll probably see a lot of people asking such questions that you can basically target then. Okay. So Reg asked, can you tell me what the latest update is? So WebFire, it's mostly web-based, so like the tools on the web-based one will update themselves. The desktop app itself will also update itself at the end of the day. If there's anything that it has to update, it will basically update and load itself in. I don't know offhand exactly what the latest one.
No, but that question is because it's come up before, and I just wrote a note to our developer to change the terminology. So when people join WebFire and as it updates, there's a little WebFire applet that you activate to connect WebFire to your computer. Okay, because that's new as of this year, our naming convention from our programmer is less than 3.0. And so people get confused when they're like, oh, but that's only version 2.7932, and I should have version 3, okay? But version 3 really refers to the fact that 5 years in, we're at a whole new level of software tools and resources and everything else. But I promise you, the next time that WebFire applet updates, it will be 3 point something, so that we can stop confusing you accidentally. But when you download the update that connects you to WebFire, that file is always the latest file. But I understand why people are confused, because I would be confused as well. So we're going to fix that now that people started asking me that question. So that one I knew what it was.
Gotcha.
All right. So let's give away money.
All right.
Rick says 3 is his lucky number, so I guess it's going to be 3.
All right. Oh, and Pete, as a quick side note, because I just saw the question that you asked, so you clarified and said that you wanted to find what keywords basically other sites are trying to basically target. You can use the website analysis tool on any site you want, and it will tell you what their title tags are, what the keywords are, and all that right there. So that's a super easy way of finding what the competition is trying to basically target. So you in that case would just use the site analysis tool. All right, and Dave, yes. So on the SEO Fixer tool or SEO Inferno, if there's a problem found with your site, like let's say your title tag does not target a keyword, or you have like an image alt tag missing, you click a button and it will walk you through the process where it can, you would type in the change that you want, and it can fix that. The reason why it won't basically automatically change a tag to be a random tag is that would be a horrible idea, because you want the title and the title tags and all that to be what you want them to basically be. So if we say make sure to use this keyword in your title, like let's say puppy potty training, but at the same time you might want to have an attractive title like puppy potty training - 5-minute trick, or puppy potty training tricks, or some title like that. It's just literally like 2 seconds, maybe 3, for you to type that in, and then it could take care of that for you. So it'd be a bad idea to automatically change it to something without you actually approving or having a hand in that. All right, so to the money now. I will pause the screen and we'll go give some cash away. All right, gonna get the right side up here. Just gonna refresh the screen real quick. All right. All right, so here is the group right here, and again, it's just that links, just again, get webfire.com/FB group, and it forwards to this right here. And ideally, you want to leave it right under, let me just find the post that Sharon did. I see there's people posting elsewhere. Oh, did we not have that post up there? Oh, right here. So here's I must be blind. I accidentally scrolled right past it at first. So here's the post right here at the very top, and it's just asking like who liked today's call. Comments are all right here. Ideally, leave a comment right there, but I'll also count guys that left it outside of that. That's fine, but it helps me a ton if you leave it under right here, because it's super easy to count and find the proper winner. So all right, we'll do the 10-second countdown, and then we'll pick a winner. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'll refresh the page real quick just in case. All right, someone just squeezed in right there. All right, good. Show that. Get all the comments up. So we have all these plus on top of the 59 there. Let me just count the ones outside of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, so there's 8 more. We'll just count these 3. These are old ones right there. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so 16 plus, you guys make this difficult when you have it all over. 16 plus 60 makes it easy. That's 76 in total. And we'll go here.
The lucky number is 3. Remember that.
3. All right. So you guys see, I'm clicking this, so it's obviously it would be ironic if it's 3, but 55. Oh, that sucks. That makes it hard. All right.
You know, anytime the number is less than my age, I have trouble with counting. So
wait, the number just was 55. That's right. All right, so that would be, actually that's not too bad. I can count back from right here. That'd be 6 back from 60. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Jim Dennison, if that is you or you look like that guy right there, you are $100 richer. So just make sure to mention your PayPal email in the chat, and Sharon will get that paid out right away, right now, as soon as we have your PayPal email on that. So congratulations to Jim Dennison. Yeah. So with that, Sean, is there anything last minute you want to say or anything before we wrap up?
Yeah, Rick said 5 is his other lucky number, And Jim Dennison appreciates the fact that 5 is your lucky number. That's what I want to say. Congratulations, Jim. Thanks everybody for being here and participating and all your great comments. Once again, take this information, take action, keep going. Also, tomorrow, I'm not sure if you mentioned this at the beginning or not, Brian, but we have another webinar tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Great information. You definitely want to be here. And so when I say 2 o'clock, that's where I live. But just think of it as the same time this webinar started a little over an hour ago. So wherever you may be, somebody commented earlier it was 4 a.m. in Japan when they got on. So it'll be 4 a.m. in Japan tomorrow. It'll be 7 p.m. in the UK in GMT. So wherever you are, just adjust to our normal WebFire time, but that'll be tomorrow, Thursday, which I know is Friday if you're on the other side of the world for me, but I'm not trying to confuse the rest of everybody. But 24 hours after this webinar started, we've got another one. Great training with Anthony Morrison talking about his profit cycle business and going to walk you through some great 6-figure case studies. So you definitely want to be there. You're already registered if you're here, so you'll get the link and notice automatically. But just want to tell you to put that on your calendar, plan to be here. Brian, I'll let you finish up.
Yeah, just to correct you really quick, if I heard you right, I thought you said it was 7 a.m. in the UK. It's actually 7 p.m. It's 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Yeah, you said a.m., I think.
No, I said p.m. Everybody, I said p.m., right?
I thought you said a.m.
I know, well, they can't tell which one of us is talking anyway because everything says Sean Casey, but the real Sean said 7 p.m.
All right.
Helen, yes, we'll be doing that. All right, everybody, thank you guys, and really appreciate it, and looking forward to hearing more great success for you. And Chris said, yes, I did say 7 p.m.
Yeah, but there's another guy that said both.
Well, that's because he's trying to make us feel good.
We'll have to watch the replay.
He knows that I'm right. He's trying to make you feel good.
Luckily, we have this recorded so we can find out.
That's right. When I get done editing it, I will have said 7 p.m.
Yeah, true. All
right, everybody. Thank you very much for being here, for being a member, for participating, and lots of success this week. We'll talk to you next week.
All right. See you guys later. Take care. Bye.